Good morning, children. So let us learn about rational numbers. Need for rational numbers. So what is the necessity of a rational number? For example, you take one roti or bread. One roti is there, two children are there. So we are forced to make it into two equal parts. This is one part and this is another part, to give or to distribute this roti to two children equally. Here the need of natural number fails. The need of rational number comes into existence. So this part, how many parts you have made it? You have made two parts, and this shaded part is given to one son and another shaded part is open part is given to another son. So the need of rational numbers has come into existence by distributing or splitting or a quantity or a whole number into pieces. So this denominator always represents how many equal parts are made. For example, if you take four parts, for example 1, 2, 3, 4, so what would be the denominator? It must be 4. It must be 4. It must be 4. Suppose if we have given one part, so mathematically it can be represented by 1 by 4. Suppose if you have given these two parts to one person, two parts are given out of four parts. Suppose if you have given three parts of the roti to one person, three parts are given out of four parts. Suppose if you have given four parts to one person, 4 by 4, total roti is given to one person. So this is the way of representing rational numbers. This is the need. This is the need of rational numbers. So how do we define this? So rational number is in the form of a by b in some books, or in some books p by q. It represented by p by q or a by b. Simply to say, they are fractions. They are fractions. They are fractions basically. But there is one exception, that is 22 by 7. Though it is in the form of p by q, it is not a rational number. It differs from the definition. When we define that a rational number is in the p by q form, this is p, this is q, this should be also a rational number, but it is not a rational number. So the definition of a rational number is changed. It changed without any ambiguity. That is, for example, I will tell you. So you take 1 by 2. If you convert into 1 divided by 2, you are getting 0.5. Suppose if you take 1 by 3, you are getting 0.3323. So non-terminating. So I need to explain two terms. One is terminating, another one is non-terminating. When there are no further digits after this 5 or after this number, it is closed. It is terminated. Here the decimal cannot get another decimal, that is closed. This is called terminating decimal. When there are no further decimals, when the decimals are closed, it is called terminating decimal. So here the 3 comes up to infinity. So it goes on. It is called non-terminating. It is called non-terminating. It goes on. It goes on. So this is the difference. If you observe carefully, what is a rational number? Rational number, yes, I want to bring this 22 by 7 again. You take a calculator and simplify this 22 divided by 7. So you don't get either of this. You don't get either of this, either terminating decimal or non-terminating decimal. You will be getting a different decimal. In that you don't find recurring and you don't find terminating. It's a different one. It comes under irrational numbers. So we will take the definition instead of taking P by Q. The best definition is in terms of decimal notation. Rational number is a decimal number in which it is either terminating or if not either terminating or non-terminating. That's enough. That's enough. So now let us discuss the definition of a rational number. Generally, rational numbers, if A and B are 2 numbers, rational number is represented by in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. If Q is equal to 0, it becomes infinity. We can't define this. So it should be in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. So generally this is numerator and this is denominator. In some books it is represented by A by B. Some books it may be represented by X by Y. So this is in the form of a fraction. So that definition is enough. But 22 by 7 is a fraction. Is a fraction. But it is not a rational number. It is an irrational number. So we should prefer to take the definition in terms of decimal notation. Decimal notation. So rational number is a decimal number in which it is either terminated or non-terminated. Terminated or non-terminated. So here the decimal must be recurring. Here there must be some pattern. So for example, you take 0.125, there is some pattern. If you observe carefully in 22 by 7, if you take the decimal simplification up to 10 digits in the calculator, you don't find any what we call sequence. You don't find any sequence. You don't find any terminating or a non-terminating. So I want to make this definition is very clear. Children, if at all you want to express this, the definition in the form of in the form of fraction, you can represent P and Q are two natural numbers which are represented in the form of P by Q is called a rational number. Since 22 by 7 is also also in the form of P by Q, but it is not a rational number, so it is modified. It is modified in the decimal form. The definition is very simple. Rational number is a decimal fraction in which it is either ending means terminating, or non-terminating. If it is non-terminating, it should have a pattern of recurring 0.3333, sir, 0.125, 125, 125. But whereas in irrational numbers, if you take this, you don't find either terminating or non-terminating or any pattern. I think the concept is very clear about this rational numbers. So rational number is a subset of real numbers. Why? It can be represented on a number line. You take a number line. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2. This is 0. So 1 is a real number, a natural number. It is not a rational number. 2 is also a natural number. It is not a rational number. So take a midpoint of this. This is nothing but 1 by 2. It is nothing but 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is in the form of P by Q. So it is a rational number. So rational numbers can be represented on a number line. So it is a subset of a real number. Let us observe the properties of rational numbers. Closure property. What is a closure property? Suppose 1 belongs to n, natural numbers. 2 belongs to n, natural numbers. 1 plus 2 belongs to set of natural numbers. So that means 3 also belongs to set of natural numbers. So if 1 belongs to natural number, 2 belongs to n, when you add these two numbers, the resultant number also belongs to set of natural numbers. So this is called closure property under addition in natural numbers. Similarly, let us see the closure property in addition. So 1 by 2 belongs to Q, rational numbers. 1 by 3 belongs to Q, that is rational numbers. Add these two, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3. So let us see what happens this. Take LCM 6, 3 plus 2. So you are getting 5, 5 by 6. 5 by 6 is in the form of P by Q. So it also belongs to Q. So if you take any rational number which is in the form of P by Q, if two rational numbers are more than two rational numbers or any number of rational numbers are added, the resultant number is also a rational number. So this property holds good in rational numbers. That property is named as closure property. Let us see in multiplication. 1 by 2 belongs to Q, 1 by 3 belongs to Q. Let us see 1 by 2 into 1 by 3. This is 1 by 6. 1 by 6 also belongs to Q, set of rational numbers. So the closure property holds good in addition and multiplication. Addition and multiplication. Shall we see in division? Let us see in subtraction. So let us see in subtraction also. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. LCM is 6, 3 minus 2. So 1 by 6. So 1 by 6 also belongs to Q. So it is also applicable in subtraction. Let us see in division. 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 3. This is 1 by 2 into 3 by 1. It is 3 by 2. it is 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 also belongs to Q, natural number. So we can conclude very clearly the closure property holds good in addition, multiplication, subtraction and division, or addition, subtraction, multiplication and division in set of rational numbers. So let us go to another property, commutative property. So I want to go back to natural numbers about this commutative property. For example, 2 belongs to, say, set of natural numbers, 3 belongs to set of natural numbers. If 2 plus 3, the result is 5. 5 also belongs to set of natural numbers. So commutative property holds good in set of natural numbers. Similarly, let us see whether this property holds good in set of rational numbers. You take 1 by 2 is a rational number, belongs to Q. 1 by 3 belongs to Q. So if you take 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2. You reverse it, add 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2. So you are getting 6, 3, 2 3s are, so this is 6. So here 2 plus 3, so you are getting 5 by 6, here also you are getting 5 by 6. It is true, it is true, it is true. So in rational numbers, commutative property holds good, stands true. Commutative property means if you take A and B are two numbers, if A plus B is equal to B plus A, that is called commutative property. So let us go to another property, associative property. Associative property. So in commutative property, we have taken only addition. We have taken only addition. Let us see subtraction. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. So let us take like this, 1 by 2 belongs to Q, 1 by 3 belongs to Q. So 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2. Let us see whether commutative property holds good in subtraction or not. So the LCM is 2 3s are 6. So 2 3s are, 3 2s are is equal to, take LCM 6. So 3 2s are, 2 3s are. So you are getting 1 by 6 is equal to minus 1 by 6. Minus 1 by 6. Minus 1 by 6 is not equal to 1 by 6. So it is very clear that commutative property does not hold good in subtraction. In subtraction it doesn't hold good. So it holds good in addition. In addition. In subtraction it doesn't hold good. Let us see in multiplication. Multiplication. 1 by 2 belongs to Q and 1 by 3 belongs to Q. So 1 by 3, 2 into 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3 into 1 by 2. So this is 1 by 6 is equal to 1 by 6. So commutative property holds good in set of rational numbers. Commutative property holds good. What is the operation? In multiplication. In multiplication, commutative property of rational numbers hold good. So let us take division. 1 by 2 belongs to Q and 1 by 3 belongs to Q. Belongs to Q. divide 1 by 3 whole divided by 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 3. So you are getting 1 by 3 into 2 by 1 is equal to 1 by 2 into 3 by 1. So you are getting 2 by 3 in the left hand side and in the right hand side 3 by 2, which is not equal. It is not equal. So division of rational numbers does not exist in commutative property. So in commutative property, what are the operations that exist? Only addition and multiplication. So subtraction and division does not exist in rational numbers. So associative property. So let us see. 1 by 2 belongs to Q. 1 by 3 belongs to Q. 1 by 4 belongs to Q. So these are all rational numbers. Now let us see associative. Associative means putting together. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 put together plus 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 2 separated and 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 put together. Associative. We have put together and let us see the results. So here we have already taken, it is 6, nothing but 5 by 6 plus 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 2 plus, or else we will multiply. No question of multiplication. So this is 5 by 6 plus 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 2 plus the LCM is 6. 3 2s are not 6. The LCM is 12. So 3 4s are plus 4 3s are. So this is 5 by 6 plus 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 2 plus 7 by 12. 7 by 12. So take LCM here. It is 24. 6 4s are 4 5s are 20. 4 6s are 6 1s are 6 is equal to, here the LCM is 20. 12 you can take 12. 2 6s are plus 7s are. So you are getting 20 plus 6, 26 by 24 is equal to 13 by 12. It goes in two tables, 2 12s are, 2 13s are. So 13 by 12 is equal to 13 by 12. So what did you observe here? Associative property holds good in set of rational numbers. In set of rational numbers, what is the operation? Addition, 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 addition. So we can conclude that associative property holds good in addition in set of rational numbers. Now let us go for subtraction. Subtraction. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4. So let us see whether this property holds good in subtraction. This is called associative. Associative means putting together. So let us see what happens. The LCM is 6, you are getting 5 minus 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 2 minus this is 12, 3 4s are 7. So if you take LCM here, 12, 6 2s are, 2 5s are 10, 4 3s are, 3 1s are 3. So here also it is 12, 2 6 are, 6 1s are 6, 7. So you are getting 7 by 10 minus 3 plus 7 by 12 is equal to, how much are you getting here? Minus 1 by 12. They are not equal. So we can conclude that associative property of rational numbers in subtraction doesn't hold good, doesn't satisfy. So it doesn't lie. Subtraction operation does not lie in rational numbers which satisfies associative property. So let us, when subtraction does not hold good, automatically the division does not hold good. Why? Here I want to tell you two things. Previously the fundamental operations are 4 plus minus multiplication division, but later on we have come to a conclusion that the fundamental operations are only 2. Repeated addition is called multiplication, repeated subtraction is called division. So we have only 2 fundamental operations, addition and subtraction, addition and subtraction. So how can you say that repeated addition is a multiplication? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. It is a repeated, 2 is repeated, 2 is repeated, 2 is repeated, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 into 2, 10, the result is 10. So repeated addition is called multiplication. So similarly division, so you divide. So for example 12 divided by 3, 12 divided by repeated. So how do you repeat this? So 6, repeated division, repeated subtraction. For example, you take 12 divided by minus 3 kada, repeat చేస్తున్నాం, మళ్ళీ రెండోసారి తీస్తున్నావు. 12 minus 3 minus 3, 12 minus 3 minus 3 minus 3, 12 minus 3 minus 3 minus 3 minus 3. So here you are getting, so 4, no? 12 minus 3 9, 12 minus 6 6, 12 minus 9 3, 12 minus 12 0 kada. So repeated subtraction is nothing but division. How do you say here? Division. So repeated 12 divided by 3 9, 12 divided by 6, 12 divided by 6 is 6, 12 divided by 9 it is 3, so 3 6 9. So repeatedly we are getting the multiple of 3. So we have only 2. So when subtraction does not hold good in associative property, so division also doesn't hold good. So distributive property is like this: 1 by 2 into distributed 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4. So this is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 distributed into 1 by 4. So if you get the same result, we can say that the distributive property holds good in set of rational numbers. So you take 1 by 2 into, this is 12, 3 2s, 3 4s, 6. So 6, 3 plus 2 into 1 by 4. So 1 by 2 into 7 by 12 is equal to 5 by 6 into 1 by 4. Is there any wrong? No, distributive does not calculate like this. Distributive will be calculated తీసేయ తర్వాత 1/2 ఇంటూ 1/3 ప్లస్ 1/2 ఇంటూ 1/4 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1/4 ఇంటూ 1/2 ప్లస్ 1/4 ఇంటూ 1/3. So this is 1/6 plus 1/4 2s are 8 is equal to 4 1s are 4/8 plus 1/12. అంతేనా? 1/2. The distributive property in rational numbers. So 1/2 belongs to Q, 1/3 belongs to Q, 1/4 belongs to Q. So distributive. So let us see the result. 1/2 LCM is 12, 3 4s are 4 3s are is equal to, this is 1/6 plus this is 1/8. 1 1s are 1, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. Now if you observe carefully, this is 1/2 into 7/12. If you add 4 plus 3, 7/12. So this is equal to, take LCM. So it is 24. 6 4s are, 8 3s are. So here 7 1s are 7, 2 12s are 24 is equal to 4 plus 3 7/24. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. So it is true. So we can clearly say that distributive property holds good in set of rational numbers. In set of rational numbers, distributive property holds good. Next, let us go to identity element. So let us go to set of natural numbers to discuss about identity element. So 2 plus 1 square, so 2. What should be added to add to 2 to get same number? You take 7, something is added, you should get 7. You take 9, something is added, you should get 9. So can you imagine, can you expect, suppose if we add 1 plus 2, 3 is not equal to 2. If we add 2 or something else, 2 plus 7, 9 is not equal to 7. So unless you select one number, which number is suitable to get, suppose if you add 0, 2 plus 0 is 2. So 7 plus 0, 7, 9 plus 0, 9. So if something is added to any number, if the number doesn't change, it is called an identity element in addition. So similarly, what is the identity element in set of rational numbers? You take any set of rational numbers, 1/2 plus 0 is added, you are getting 1/2 only. So the identity element in set of rational numbers is 0. Let us see identity element in multiplication. So what should be multiplied with 1/2 to get same 1/2? If you put 0, this becomes 0. If you put 1/2 into 1 is equal to 1/2 only. So 1 is an identity element. In Q, set of rational numbers. So identity element in addition is 0 in rational numbers. Identity element is 1 in multiplication of rational numbers. So these are the properties of rational numbers. These 5 are fundamental properties of number system. So the use of these numbers occur when we take certain proofs in future course. Thank you.